Greetings. Today, we are addressing a critical question in modern education. Has online learning improved or weakened students' communication skills? To answer this, we first need to define the landscape. Online learning is essentially education where instruction and tasks have moved from the physical classroom to the internet. We generally see this in two forms. The first is synchronous learning, which is real-time interaction. For example, like a Zoom call, like a Google Meet, that tries to mimic a traditional class. Why is that? It is said to mimic traditional class because it is scheduled where everyone logs in at the same time. And then there is asynchronous learning, which is self-paced, where students work independently without real-time engagement and access the study material themselves. On the surface, this model is accessible, interactive, and tech-driven. It offers incredible flexibility regarding the time allocation for both students and educators. Our stance is we believe that the integration of online learning has weakened students' communication skills. But the core question remains, does this digital convenience come at the cost of our ability to actually connect with one another? That is what we will explore today.
Online learning has a big impact on how students communicate with others. One of the weaknesses is that it reduces real-life interaction, which is very important to build stronger interpersonal skills. This is because during online classes, students do not have much opportunities to participate directly with their teachers and friends. As a result, many students feel isolated for always spending time alone on screen. A study by Alawamleh et al. 2020 highlights that students often talked about feeling disconnected from their peers, teachers, and subject materials, which makes them less motivated. Over time, this lack of interaction may lead students to find comfort in isolation. Some may begin to see face-to-face interaction as less important as they depend heavily only on screens and social media platforms for communication. Eventually, this problem will negatively affect students' interaction skills and their ability to handle talking in real-life circumstances. Therefore, while online education offers flexibility, it also presents a weakness to students' social and interpersonal interaction. Another major weakness of online learning is the limitation of non-verbal cues, which are essential for effective communication. Without face-to-face interaction, students often struggle to interpret tone, emotions, and intentions, making it difficult to fully understand the context of the message. This absence of body language, facial expressions, and immediate feedback can lead to misunderstandings between classmates and even educators. Furthermore, Baharudin and Razali 2021 highlight that some students participate only because they are required to, not because they want to.
Over time, this lack of meaningful interaction can increase students' social anxiety, as they have fewer opportunities to practice real-life communication skills. Students feel less confident in face-to-face conversation. They may increasingly rely on calls or text messages instead of direct interaction, further weakening their interpersonal communication abilities. While online learning is sometimes seen as weakening communication, it also offers opportunities for students to enhance their digital communication skills. Students become more proficient in writing formal emails and using online learning platforms like Gmail, Google Classroom, and Microsoft Teams, which require clear and professional communication. Regular use of this platform develop communication skills relevant to academic and workplace settings. However, this benefit is not equally experienced by all students, as not every student can access or afford digital equipment due to differences in academic backgrounds. Rahmawati and Sujono 2021 note that students in urban areas have higher computer rates than rural areas in all access, whether a cell phone, computer, or internet, indicating that unequal access to technology remains a challenge in fully realizing the communication benefits of online learning.
In conclusion, when we weigh the evidence from the previous slides, what is the verdict? We must acknowledge, as seen in our counter argument, that online learning has improved specific technical skills. Students are now more proficient at writing formal emails and navigating digital platforms, which are valuable assets for the modern workplace. However, the cost has been significant. The evidence suggests that while we have gained transactional skills, we have weakened our interpersonal ones. The loss of nonverbal cues and the comfort of isolation have made students more anxious and less capable of handling the real-world face-to-face interactions. Furthermore, these digital benefits are not universal. As noted, the digital gap between urban and rural areas means that unequal access prevents many from realizing any communication benefits at all. Ultimately, online education has created a generation that is digitally connected, yet socially disconnected. We may be communicating more often, but we are communicating less effectively.